Hello everyone, welcome to JSP Ambience Luxury. My name is Jenny and I am the owner and creator of JSP Ambience Luxury. Let me remind you women, ladies, wives, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, girl child, that we are the finest of our God's creation. Today's topic is married to an enemy. I'm going to use my personal story to illustrate this topic. How do you know when you are married to an enemy? A lot of people are married to an enemy or to their enemies in the name of love. When a man does not want you to arise and shine, then you know that you are married to an enemy. When a man does not want you to succeed in life, then you know that you are married to an enemy. When a man talks down on you, you know you are married to an enemy. When a man does not want you to achieve life, then you are married to an enemy. When a man does not want you to expand and achieve things and do what makes you happy, you know you are married to an enemy. When a man does not want you to go back to school, when a man does not want you to open a business, when a man does not want you to buy your house, when a man is jealous of you, you know you are married to an enemy. When a man talks down on you in the presence of his family members, in your absence, then you know you are married to an enemy. When a man cheats on you, when a man brings women to your house, then you know that you are married to an enemy. When a man is not honest with you, when a man is not sincere with you, then you know you are married to an enemy. A lot of us are married to people that we thought that are our friends, were in love, but in actual fact, they are our enemies. Let me give you this example. I used to have a close associate years ago, about 3-4 years ago. She's an older lady. She will come to me and complain about her husband. The husband was talking down on her. The husband was saying she was fat, she was big, no man was going to want her. The husband was just saying everything out of character to her. The only thing he didn't call her was a child of God. So she will come to me and complain. And she said to me, Jane, I look big and I want to lose weight. I said, yeah, if you want to lose weight, let's go to the gym. I go to Planet Fitness. Let's go and I'll see if I can help to enroll you. So she was excited. We went to the gym. She enrolled, and that day we exercised and it was beautiful. And she has, even though she added a little bit of weight, her physique was whoo. The next day she came, she met me at the gym. We exercised. 2 days later she came. 3 days later she came. 4 days later she came. You know, everything was going on well. She was pumping and she was happy. The 5th day, I called her, said, I'm in the gym. Where are you? Oh yeah, Jane, I'm talking with my husband right now, and he doesn't really want me to come to the gym tonight because we're having a family discussion. I said, okay, that's fine. I'm not saying don't have family discussion with your husband. I'm not saying don't talk with him. What I'm saying is don't forget yourself. Don't forget that you're supposed to be at the gym by 8 p.m. So she said, yeah, I'm gonna make it tomorrow. The next day came, I was at the gym. Hey, where are you? Oh yeah, Jane, I'm still talking with my husband. I said, you talked with him yesterday, you're still talking with him today. Yeah, Jane, we're trying to make amends, you know. He doesn't really want me to come to the gym because we are trying to make amends. I said, no, woman. I said, your husband does not love you. Your husband is the same man who was talking down on you. It's the same man who was saying you are fat. It's the same man who was saying you are big. It's the same man who said you are old. Now you're going to the gym. You're trying to take care of yourself. Now you're trying to love you. Here comes the devil to stop you from taking care of you. That man didn't love you. He just wanted you to be despondent. He just wanted you to be downcasted. He just wanted you to always grieve and look down and have low self-esteem. That's what I told her. I said, I'm not worried about your husband. I'm worried about you. He didn't want to talk with you before this time, but now that you started going to the gym, all of a sudden he wants to start talking. He wants to start amending the relationship. I'm not saying don't amend the relationship. I'm not saying divorce your husband. What I'm saying is take care of you. That's how you know that you are married to an enemy. When Africa will call it enemies of progress. When that enemy, when that friend, or when that husband, or when that boyfriend is against your progress. If you're married to somebody who is against your progress, he's an enemy. He's an enemy to you. A lot of us are married to men who we thought that are our friends, but in actual fact, they are our enemies because they don't want us to arise and to shine. When a man is against your progress, when a man keeps you from being happy, when a man is not happy for your progress, you are married to an enemy. When your husband speaks ill of you in the presence of his family members, you are married to an enemy. Some men are broke mentally, spiritually. That's why your progress makes them belittled and insignificant. They feel that when you progress in life, it makes them belittled, it makes them insignificant, it makes them feel like they are not in control of you. But in actual fact, they are actually in control of you. I'm reminded of a friend who, as she was having children, she was going to school. It took her years, about 10 years, to go to school while the husband was holding the house down. Now she's done going to school, she got a good job. The husband is sick. She's the one holding down the family. So you can imagine if the husband did not allow her to go to school for those years, what would the family be now? Where is the family going to be? The children are all in college. She's the one holding down the family. So you don't know that when you are stopping your wife from progressing, you're actually stopping yourself. You're actually stopping your family from progressing. Why do you feel like when we progress, it makes you insignificant? It makes you feel belittled. I remember when I wanted to buy a house. It took me 9 months for my house to go through because as a single family, as a single parent, they made it hard and hard for me. And I'm self-employed. I didn't have a pay stub. It took 9 months. As I was going through my house, I remember I was dating somebody that time. I would call him and I would cry and he would be like, oh baby, it's gonna go through, don't worry. Didn't know he was laughing at me. When my house went through, I saw the devil in him. 2 weeks after I bought my house, I told him, I said, I don't like men like you. You don't like a strong black woman. You don't like a woman who is a go-getter. You want a woman, as long as she keeps coming to you and keep crying, you are okay. But once she starts making headway in life, you are not happy. I said, I dislike people like you. You put bad taste in my mouth. He was like, oh no, baby, we're going to work it out. I said, no, I already see you for who you are. This relationship is not going to go anywhere. 2 weeks after I bought my house, guess what? I kick him to the curb because I want a man who will lift me up. I want a man who will be like, baby, I got your back. I want a man who is happy for my progress. I want a man who is happy for my progress. A man who does not want a woman to succeed in life have stagnation mentality. A man who does not want his wife to succeed in life has stagnation mentality. I'm reminded of a story of a woman who came to this country. She wanted to go back to school. The husband said, no, you can't go back to school. Why? I didn't bring you to this country to go back to school, to go to school. I brought you to work. The wife was like, I'm just barely making a $10 an hour when I can make $15, when I can make $20, when I can make $50 an hour by going back to school. He said, no, I don't want you to go back to school. Actually, I brought you here for you to help me to go back to school. The wife said, you can go back to school while I go back to school. Guess what? She started going to school. Against all talk, she went back to school. One day she was going through an email from her husband. She saw emails that the husband sent to his girlfriends telling them that a woman is nothing without school. A woman is insignificant without school. America is nothing if you don't go back to school. Make sure you go back to school. Make sure you're studying, and if you need help, let me know. This is what the husband was telling his girlfriends. Couldn't tell his wife that That's when you know you are married to an enemy of progress. That's when you know you are married to an enemy. Because a husband is supposed to uplift you. A husband is supposed to make you grow. If you come to my life and I'm not growing, why the hell are you in my life? Why the hell am I in your life? They have stagnation mentality because they want you to just be where you are. Don't grow because you make them feel, you threaten them as a woman when you grow. But the good news is they can't hold you down. A woman who is destined to be successful in life always have that drive in her to be successful. That's why I tell women, I don't care if you are married. I don't care if you have a boyfriend. I don't care if you're alone. What I care is about you progressing in life. What I care is about you doing the things that make you happy. What I care about you is if you want to go back to school, go back to school. If you want to open a business, open a business. If you want to start up a trade, start up a trade. If you want to go back to trade school, do something. Move forward. I'm reminded of somebody who says that whatever progress, I was talking to somebody and he says that whatever progress you are making, make sure whatever movement you are making, make sure it's a movement that moves you forward and not backward. Whatever movement you are making, make sure it's a movement that moves you forward and not backward. Woman, make sure that wherever you are moving yourself forward because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. The only person that holds tomorrow, the only person that is steady is God. The only person you can count on tomorrow is God. You might say, oh, Jane, I have the best husband. Oh, God bless you. I'm happy for you. But don't count so much on that. Count on God and count on yourself. Because these two people are constant. You and God, or God and you, are two constant things in this world. So count on God and count on yourself. When you know you are married to an enemy, it's when they don't want you to succeed in life. Let me tell you this story. I remember when we came years ago, about 6 months we came to this country with my ex-husband. Now, mind you, he's a bishop. Somebody told us to apply for a particular number from the government. So he brought the paper to me. He's supposed to apply for himself and apply for myself. But he said, oh, I'm going to fill up the papers and submit it. You just sign your signature. I didn't think nothing of it. I said, okay. I signed the paper, hoping and thinking that my husband was going to sign, was going to fill out the paper and submit, and everything will be given. I was wrong. 2 weeks later, he told me that he submitted the papers. But what happened 2 weeks later? He came back. He said, oh, that they did not approve me, but they approved him. I said, okay. Again, I didn't think nothing of it. I said, okay, no problem. If I didn't get it, you got it. It's still in one family. Hey, I mean, we can, manage because we just came to America. I said, we can manage. Years and years ago, when the relationship was not working, when the marriage was not working, guess what I did? I knew we were going our separate ways. So I went to the box where we kept documents, and I was able to sift through some documents because I took my documents and the children's documents to hide them somewhere because I started hearing rumors that my children were going to be taken back home to his mama. So, as a woman, I did what I was supposed to do. So going through the papers, I saw that those forms that he filled, where the government replied and said, I'm not going to mention his name for privacy reason. So I'm going to assume his name is James and John. So the reply from the government was Mr. James and John, Mr. James John was approved of his application. Therefore, his application number is this. He has been approved. Then my own paper was Jennifer Babani was not approved because we do not know who Jennifer Babani is. Babani is not my last name. I have the same last name as him. So you mean to tell me that your husband does not know your last name? Enemy of progress. He didn't want me to get that. So the government said Jennifer Babani was not approved because we cannot verify who Jennifer Babani is. Babani is not my name. He did not want me to get that paper. You see, everything I went through in his hand, that made me feel bitter. That made me feel angry. That it was my family who brought every one of us here, 4 of us. That you could have the mind 6 months later after we came here, that my family paid for us to come to this country. That you have the mind to do that. That's when you know you are married to an enemy. It was God that delivered me from this horrible relationship, from this horrible marriage. That's why the Bible says, after years and years later, I got that same number. Guess what? That's why the Bible says, rejoice not over me, all my enemies. If I fall, I will rise. And if I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. Who knew that I could get that same number by myself with my real name? This is a man that I was married to. This is a man who calls himself a bishop. This is a man who goes and prays and lays his hands on people. That's when you know you are married to an enemy. So women, be careful. Use me as an example. I went through hell. Time will not permit me. I'm going to be giving my stories bit by bit, so you will know the hell that I went through. When I talk about women, when I talk about hell, when I talk about marriage, I have first-hand information. My last video, I said to you that religion is for those who are afraid of hell. Spirituality are for those who have gone to hell, who have gone through hell and came back. I have gone through hell. I went through hell and I'm back. And I'm pure as gold. When you are married to an enemy, they don't want you to succeed in life. But the good news is, how do you know you are married to a good man? How do you know that you are married to the right man? If he defends you before his parents, before his family members, then you know you are married to the right man. If he buys you flower, if he's faithful to you, if he's loving, if he's kind to you, then you know you are married to the right man. If a man supports you and loves you, if a man respects you, you know you are married to the right man. You know, sometimes I hear on YouTube videos, YouTube channels where men are saying, men need respect from a woman. Men need respect from a woman. Fuck you. If men need respect from a woman, what does women need? Disrespect? What you sow is what you reap. The same way you need respect is the same way we need respect. If you respect us, we respect you. You can't give fire and expect ice cold. No, you give fire, then you should expect hell, because that's what we give. If you respect us, we'll give the same thing in return. So the same way you want respect is the same way we want respect. I hate it when men say, oh, my wife is disrespectful. What did you do to her for her to be disrespectful to you? If you love us, if you cherish us, if you don't cheat on us, if you have good mind towards us, we'll respect you. We'll respect you. It's just mind-boggling how you open your heart to people. You open your mind to people. What do? They trample on your mind. They trample on your love. They trample on your kindness. They trample on the help that you're giving them. That's why I say, women, keep loving you, keep achieving you. If there is anything you need to change in your life, change in your life. Change it. Don't say, oh, I'm married to the best man, then you leave yourself. No, some things in your family should be private. Something, don't go and divulge everything to your husband. Keep some things private. Because when he knows everything about you, then you become insignificant. Your family becomes insignificant where he is. When you're married to an enemy, there are things that will make you know that you are married to an enemy. Don't just be blind. Oh, my husband is going to change. If he's a devil, he's a devil. Except he decides to change himself. That's why some people say, oh, Jane, you're not married. You're not married. When are you going to get married? Shut the hell up. You don't know what hell I've been through. That when I hear about marriage, my head is blowing up. I'm not saying marriage is not good. But how do you know you are not going to be married to the wrong one? How do you know you're not going to be married to the devil? How do you know you're not going to be married to your enemy? How do you know? Because everybody appears to be good and kind and nice until you get into them. You'll be like, oh my Jesus, what did I get myself into? There are good men out there. There are good women out there. Our prayer is that, God, please, let us not marry to our enemies. If you're married to the devil, at least you know the devil is who he is. But when you are married to somebody in the name of love, but on the other hand, they are the devil, they are evil and mean and wicked to you. Oh, it's heartbreaking. I remember one time, let me conclude with this. I remember one time we went to the grocery store with my ex-husband, shopping. I wore a high heel. I didn't know there was water on the floor. My feet slipped. I almost fell to the ground. He was just standing, looking at me. I said, oh my goodness. I had to hold the shelf for me not to fall down. That's when I knew I was married to an enemy. Because he wanted me to fall, maybe crack my head and die. So he will marry his girlfriend. Because I knew his girlfriend. That's why the Bible says, when my feet slipped, your mercy, oh Lord, held me up. The things that God has put me through, I can't mention them. That's why I'm reminded of a song that says, what the Lord has done for me, I cannot tell it all. Time will not permit me to tell everything that the Lord has done for me and my children. When my feet slipped, your mercy, oh Lord, held me up. It's the mercy of the Lord, the compassion of the Lord. That's when we're not consumed. It is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, because his compassion, they fail not. They are new every morning. The things that God has put me through and brought me out, it is by his grace, by his mercy, that I'm alive. Left with my ex, I would have been a dead woman by now. But the Lord's mercy kept me through. The Lord's grace kept me through. That's when I talk about relationship, when I talk about marriage, when I talk about woman, I know what I'm talking about. It's not what I read somewhere. It's the life I lived. Paul said, that which we have heard, that which we have handled, we declare unto you. I'm not coming here to tell you some stories somewhere. I'm coming here to tell you the life that I lived and the life that I'm living now. I will see you next time. Remember that the Lord is the strength of a woman. Nobody is going to love you more than you love yourself. My website is www.jspambiasluxury.com. I will talk to you next time. Take care of yourself, and please do take care of each other.